education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. In a moment, I'm going to be doing this movie review of Valiant, so stay tuned for that. First of all, if you don't know who I am Sandra Burmy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories book. If you haven't already grabbed a copy, go to Amazon or link down below in the description and go and grab your copy. Waterstones and Barnes & Noble also sell this one as well. So Valiant, no sex movie review. So if you're new to this channel, asexuality is a sexual orientation that is the lack of sexual attraction. A plus sexual together as one word. Asexual means absence of sexual attraction. Think of the A meaning absent. I'm personally a sex repulsed asexual, and therefore I try to look for movies with no sex in them. I'm also nudity repulsed, so I hate nudity, so I try to find movies with no sex and no nudity in it. Now this is a movie that I'm going to talk about now, so if you haven't already seen it, don't watch this because there is spoilers, but this is an amazing film. Valiant it's called, and it's about a load of pigeons, right? Now, this is based on a true story. It's set in World War II, actually. Now, I don't usually like war films. I usually hate war films. It's not my thing. I don't like history. I know that's quite rare. And I'm not into old things. Right, I'm into young things. And so history, old stuff, war, it's not really my thing. And also, there's a lot of death in war. It's a bit morbid, right? So I'm not usually into war movies. And so it took me by surprise that I really like this one. I saw it at the cinema years ago, and then I got it on disc recently. And I have to say it's really, really excellent, right? There's no sex in it, obviously. There's, well, I can, you know, like even cartoons can have implications, but there is a romance in it. There's romance between two pigeons in it. So there is a bit of that going on. But yes, this is an amazing film, and the good thing about this is it's British made. It's made here in the UK. I live in the UK, in case you didn't know that. So I think it's really good to see the film that's completely British made. When I saw the special features, it's had basically half the budget of a lot of its you know, a lot of the equivalent animation. It would, you know, this had half the budget and they got it together in half the time. So this is a British movie, so I always think it's good to support British films, right? And this is kind of based on a true story, because I didn't know in World War II they used a lot of animals to, you know, to save lives, basically, you know, to get information back and forwards. And the pigeons won, 32 pigeons won Dickens medals for bravery and courage and, you know, that type of thing. So it's based on that true story. In World War II, 32 pigeons actually got medals. So if we take a look at the storyline then, now this here is basically a group of misfits. Apart from this one, who's the nurse, I think. All these pigeons are like misfits. So basically, Valiant, who the film's named after, is this little one here. And so what happens is it's set in World War II, and they have tribes of, I don't know if tribes is the right word to use. They have pigeons, and they're teams, basically. So they have like team A set of pigeons, team B, team C, TD, and each of these times these teams go out, they die. And there's a leader that doesn't die, but basically the troops do. And they've got to get a message from France. Basically, they need to pick up a message from France, and they have to risk their lives to go and get this message, and basically not be eaten by vultures. And all the rest of the pigeons that's gone before them has been eaten by vultures. They've all been trained properly in kind of combating and army style combat and intense training. Now, these birds, these are like misfits. This is Valiant. As you can see, Valiant's very small, kind of scrawny, looks very weak, and these kind of look really zany. They're not your typical pigeons. They're typical normal pigeons, but not typical pigeons that would go out into war. But this little pigeon's dream is to fight for its country. And one of these pigeons, basically, is it the one behind it? One of these pigeons, oh, it's the one next to it. It's the one next to it. One of these pigeons, this one, it's really funny. It's played by Ricky Gervais. It's basically a plump big plump pigeon, and it's always got flies going around it, like these 3 flies, because it never takes a bath, and it's always trying to wriggle out of things. And it just joins the army with this well, it's called the Homing, what's it called, it's called the Royal Homing Pigeon Royal Homing Pigeon Service, which is how it's like the army in effect, but for pigeons. And so he joins it to get away from some birds going after him. And but he wants to escape all the time. It's really quite funny. But he's kind of friends with Valiant. And anyway, what happens is all the pigeons before them have died, and these are the misfits. These are ones that aren't trained properly, including Valiant, and they go to this training, but as no other troops of pigeons have survived, they're the last hope, and so they don't complete all their training. And so there's some of this mission of getting this message back. I think they've got to get the message back to the UK, I think, from France. And it's, you find out what the message is in the end, but little Valiant has to risk his life, and all these misfits do in the end survive, whereas everyone else who was fully trained up and meant to be professional died, apart from the ringleader, as it were, who's the main head of all the pigeon, the homing pigeon. It's called, I keep forgetting what's called, Royal Homing Pigeon Service. He kind of runs the show with someone else doing the training. So yeah, so it's really, really good. It's very, very clever storyline. There's a lot of people's voices. There's Ewan McGregor, Ricky Gervais, Tim Curry, John Cleese, Jim Broadbent, Hugh Laurie. So there's quite a lot of well-known voices in this. I thought it was really entertaining. I really loved the storyline. I mean, there was a lot of danger that the little one had to go through. These vultures were after them a lot. The one vulture gave this pigeon, who was actually a survivor, but he was captive in the previous set of pigeons that went out. He was captured and put in this cage and given a truth serum, and by the vulture. There's this like evil vulture with 2 assistant vultures, and the truth serum made the actual pigeon talk about more than the vulture wanted them to, and they started saying about their favorite color and their life story and stuff, and the vulture's really fed up with it. So there's quite a few funny moments in it. Valiant has to get up the barrel of a gun basically to be able to get this pigeon out, and their friend out, because the pigeon that had been given some truth serum ended up in a cage that this one went to as well. So there's lots and lots and lots of different stuff going on in this movie that is very kind of like too much to say, but all I can say really is please do watch it. It's a really funny film. There's some touching moments. This is like kind of the nurse bird that he falls in love with, and it's basically all about bravery and courage, and about even if you don't fit in, even if you seem like a misfit and like you're not the status quo, you can still achieve your dreams, because his dream was to fight for his country and and to still survive, and he did that. And I think that's a really positive message. As an asexual person, I do feel quite like on my own with you on this channel. Obviously we're our own community, but you know what I mean, you feel kind of on your own compared to a lot of society, and so you kind of you're kind of a misfit, as in you don't fit into the huge sexualized world we live in. And so whenever I see a movie where there's misfits, but they really do fit the bill, as it were, as in they do fit, they're misfits in the great big wider world, but they actually fit the purpose for what they're here for. So like I said, it's a lot about courage. Camaraderie's in there as well. There's a lot of kind of like these misfits, there's a lot of them that kind of bond. I think that's really important for asexuals, because asexuals kind of love on a camaraderie bond, like a deep friendship, like all best mates together, like community type spirit, I think. And so I really related to the movie in that way as well. But I just think it's a really good movie. To say it's British made animation, the animation's really good for a British made film. I was very impressed with it. Love the storyline, love the humor, love the different voices, well-known voices, and it was just an all-round good storyline with lots of action. And you see at the end how many like animals like took part in the war and helped, and that 32 pigeons actually got awards. There was I think 3 dogs and a cat as well that got something. But or there's 3 dogs, or was it three dogs, a horse and a cat? Or was it 2 dogs, 3 horses and a cat? I can't remember. But there was even less dogs and cats. I think like it was just 1 cat or something. Dogs, cats and horses weren't more than 3 each, but these were 32 pigeons that won the Dickens Award for bravery in that. So it's just incredible what pigeons can do. And after you watch this movie, you really like and adore pigeons. I like pigeons anyway. Not many people do, but my granddad, when he was alive, he used to feed them like little bits of corn and stuff and bird seed, and they all used to fly on his arms and eat out of his hands and stuff, and it's just beautiful, you know. I do like pigeons. I think they're very sweet. I like doves as well. They're very cool. And where I live down by the quayside in my city, and where I live in Exeter, there's Exeter Quayside. It's got lots of birds, so it has geese and ducks and swans, and it has pigeons as well, including doves. Like I've seen a couple of white doves there, so it's nice that I get to see that, you know. But yeah, do watch it. It's a great movie, really amazing, and I love to support British movies as well. I think it's so important to support the UK movies. So yeah, check it out. Like I said, there's a little bit of romance going on. So, and there is a kiss at the end. There's a kiss at the end for all you romantic fans out there like me. Like he comes back and bees with the nurse, who she says, make sure you come back for me, and he does, and they kiss in the end. There's one part where he hurts his beak, where he's doing a lot of like the trials, you know, the training, and he completely messes up, which is why you don't think, you're supposed to not think he's going to win the day and get the message back and still be alive, but he does. And he goes back. So at one point he tries to kiss her, or she tries to kiss him. His nose is bandaged up and it really hurts. So at the end he comes back and he doesn't have any bandages on him, and she gives him a kiss. It's really cute. So yeah, go and watch Valiant. Go and get your copy. And it's got, on this one, it's got behind the scenes footage as well, so it's really cool. And it has bloopers. The bloopers are really funny. Pigeon bloopers. You know, I always love animated bloopers because it's like they put them in on purpose, but they really look like they're made up, if you know what I mean. So yeah, go and watch it. Grab yourself a copy, and I'll see you on the next video live stream. Don't forget to subscribe for more asexual videos and more no sex movie reviews. I do alternate different things I do, but it's all centered around asexuality and all across the asexual spectrum. And I do these no sex movie reviews for those asexuals who are sex repulsed and really don't want to see that in movies. And you know, it's very difficult usually to get movies with no sex in them, and especially no nudity as well. So you know, I think this is definitely the place and channel to be if that sounds like you and you're fed up of trawling through loads of movies and think, I just want something that's got no sex in it, please, then come to this channel, check out the no sex movie review playlist, and go through a lot of those films and enjoy to your heart's content. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live. Like now, I post a new video. Lots of love to you, and I'll see you on the next video live stream. Take care, and thumbs up, like I said. Subscribe now. Take care. Lots of love. Oh, hit the bell icon. That's what I meant to say. To get notified of every time I go live. Like now, I'll post a new video. Lots and lots of love. Bye. Stay ace.